coaches are the. I mean, when you're good, you have a belief system in how you do it and how you go about it. So, sure, there's some off-season studies. There's things they're going to see that they haven't seen on tape, and I'm sure there's things that we got to apply our rules for things that they've done studies in the off-season defensively. So that's just part of it, week one.
You know, Todd, if Pat wasn't there or Isaiah's not there, do you feel like there are so many different playmakers that you do have that as far as dealing with that, there are a lot of different ways you can go. It's a little bit easier than maybe in some places where it's you miss key guys and you really get hamstrung.
No, I feel good about our guys. The guys that will suit up Sunday now will be ready to go.
Todd, there's a lot of focus on Mark Andrews with the way the game was played there last year. As a coordinator, how do you kind of, does that influence at all what you're doing in terms of?
No. I mean, Mark's is a great player. Has made a number of great plays for us. That's not why we lost the game. Mark Andrews is not the reason we lost the game. So, did I not answer the question right, or was there something I was missing? No, he's always a big part of what we do. I mean, every week he's a big part, and we expect him to, like every week, have a great game. I don't know, because we've won other big games where we didn't turn it over. So, you know, that's what you got to win a lot of big games to get to where we were at the last couple of years I've been here without turning it over. And you got to do it in the playoffs. It just happened that it came up then. And it's unfortunate because you're not going to win, turn it over 3 times. And we know that. You're not going to win in the regular playoffs. I mean, when you're playing really good people, you might overcome it when you have certain advantages, but certainly not then.
Ronnie had said, it was a couple days ago or last week, that he feels like the offensive line is leaps and bounds ahead of where it was in terms of the details compared to this time last year. What have you seen from them in camp? Where do you feel like they've grown from last year?
Well, I mean, first of all, they played outstanding football last year. But at this time last year, we all went through a change. I mean, we lost Joe D. You know, George came in. I mean, there was a different voice in the room. So sure, you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of where you were last year because George Warhop's been in the room with those guys. 3rd year together. A lot of us are the same that have been here 3 years together.
Todd, you talked a lot in the early days of camp that the pre-snap penalties were something you guys wanted to work on. You wanted to rep cadence and stuff like that. How do you feel with kind of a couple of days before the season opener, where you're at that point?
I feel great. Feel a lot better. That's why you keep working on it. You know, you don't just give in and say, well, we're going to go on 1 snap count just because we're struggling with it. No, you got to fight like hell to be elite at it. You can't say you're going to be a nightmare to defend without being able to use cadence to your advantage. You just can't.
First game, this will set the tone for the rest of the season. Like, despite the opponent, what do you want to see from the offense?
Clean football. I think that's what I mean. I mean, that's the biggest thing. What we've worked on all offseason, clean football. Our operation starts with that, our operation. Okay? As we talked about, our cadence, our pre-snap penalties, those things, right? Staying ahead of the chains. Like I said, protecting the football, finishing downfield, being the most physical team on the field. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, and we're pretty good when we play clean football. We really are.
How do you factor in just the unknowns of it is a new season? You haven't watched each other this season as far as film when you're play calling and going through real time, kind of piecing things together?
Again, it's during the game is where you'll have to make those adjustments because you're right, we don't have any film of any off-season studies, but both of us had really good years last year, outstanding years. So you've got to count on that. Like I said before, like you got to believe in something. So the core of what they're going to believe in defensively has got to be the same, and that's the same with us. I mean, you can have some bells and whistles, some other things you've worked on, and maybe refine those and get better, but you are who you are, and then let's go play.
You guys are going to get to face some really talented defenses in the first couple of weeks of the season. How excited are you to kind of get away from playing your own defense and stack up against some of the
Well, we get to go against a pretty good defense every week, so we're fine there. And every defense in the NFL is really challenging. I mean, you got the best coaches in the world, you got the best players in the world, that each one presents different challenges. And that's up to us to do a great job every week to put ourselves in the best position to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's what it is. It's nice to have the players that we have, but then putting it all together Sunday night's what's really what matters.
Take one more.
Do you sense an eagerness just to get to it? I mean, we're asking you all these questions about last season, players too, all these predictions flying around. I mean, is it nice to just have a real thing in front of you now?
Well, you can feel it. You can feel it this week with our players and us as coaches. Like, it's here. You no longer can say, well, who's going to play in this preseason game? Where are we at? Where's the roster at? No, here's our roster. Here's our guys. Here's our opponent. The season's in front of us. Everything we've worked for in the offseason, everything we've worked for in camp to get to this point, to lay it out there, right? Let it rip. See where we're at.
All right, thanks, Todd.
All right, thanks.